Here is my 1994 Volvo 940 GLE that I purchased for about $3 second hand, not new. It's in around mint condition. Let me just take you a look around. Excuse me. It's a GLE, so it's E for extra, so it's got a leather interior. Original paintwork. It's got wax on the back, except for the roof. I need to wax that. Swedish flag. 940 GLE. Power antenna. It's got a tow bar equipped, as you can see. Spare tyre. Just get this out. There is the sub, which is obviously third party. There is a triangle, safety triangle. We've got a full size spare tyre here. It takes unleaded petrol, obviously. Or in America you call it gas. Got the roof up here with the gutters. You don't see that anymore, especially for 1994. We've got the rain deflector covers, whatever you call them. Here's the side. It's got alloy wheels, as long with some trim here. It's got indicators here, which they weren't present on the US model. You've got the front bumper here with the meh grille. I like the 240 and 960, no, 740 grille. So it's got power windows, power steering, hydraulic, power mirrors, power wipers, which I hope all cars have these days. The windshield has been replaced, but that's way before my time. Let's have a look inside. Let's start with the back first. Here's the handle. As you can see, you got to pull it in. There you go. This car is known to be a greenhouse. Just from all the windows. Have a look. Just 3 on the rear left. Isn't that enough? Very nice car. Very good for driving, especially when you started driving like me. Got two-way speakers here. There's 4 two-way speakers. The front 2. It's got a headrest that pops up like this. Here's the baby seat, which would also be a armrest. The other ones had cup holders. Here's the other side, which I didn't show, but that's a ski hatch. Because in Sweden or wherever else they ski. So, as I said, this car is basically mint. The rear seats were hardly ever sat in, as you can see. They're leather also. It's got the original Volvo mats, which are made of solid plastic, which are much better than the cloth ones. The pockets are a bit sagging, but with some new material would be fine. On the door here. No cup holders in this car. Absolutely no cup holders, which is the only pain in the ass for me. We can use these as cup holders, but I wouldn't recommend that. Ashtray here, and the roof lining is somehow not falling off, which is amazing. A very square car for its time, especially for 1994. Until 1996 these cars were produced, I believe, in Australia. Well, not in Australia. Here's the front right door, which is the driver's door in Australia. Over here we've got our mirror controls. Front windows, rear windows with rear window lock. We've got the opening latch, which is much different. It took me a while to get used to, especially if I'm sitting in the Datsun and other cars. It's automatic, as you can see. It's just got a steering wheel here with an airbag, which I don't know if it would save my life anymore, but God knows what it's like. Wouldn't trust that thing ever. The seats are in okay condition. Obviously leather. Let's sit inside. There's also a coin collector here, very nice. Also seen in some of the 90s Jettas, they also had the coin collector here. Got dual button horn, not working now, what? Does work. Dual tone horn, for safety. They put the horns here, because they didn't know how to put it on over here back then. Third party Sony radio, which is okay, only auxiliary, no Bluetooth. Good enough for now. 4-speed automatic with overdrive, that's always been enabled. That button doesn't do anything anymore. Here's your handbrake, which is in a odd position right in the middle here. Normally it'd be here, but that could have been a useful space for cup holders, but bloody hell. I have used this as a cup holder, but I don't really drink in my car or eat. The seats have that classic Volvo headrest, the combined headrest. We've got a dash mat at the front. And we do have 2 more speakers. Where is it? Up there. But they're basically useless. We've got the sun visors up here. Tilts and turn, as they're known. This one's got no mirror. The other side does, which is made out of plastic. It's gone a bit yellow too. Good on you. No handle here as we are right wheel drive. Well, in Australia. It's got 137,000, nearly 138 right there. Turn on the light so you can see. Took me a while to recognise that was a clock actually. About 2 weeks. The fuel gauge does not work. The petrol is nearly full, but the reader's obviously not working. We've got an annoying seatbelt light. But it does deactivate just from pressing in the... What is it? Well, not now, but with the seatbelt in, it does deactivate. It also shares the same thinger as the indicators. So when you put on the indicators with the relay, it does the same thing. But when you turn it off, so all one relay. It's got optional air conditioning fitted, R31 refrigerant, I believe. Still works perfectly. Let's turn it off. I've got the original owner's manual here. Volvo. There's the service booklet, which is still not full. We've got the manual here. Let me take it out for use. Volvo 940. Very useful. Although the Haynes manual is much more useful. 2 useless cup holders, which those are the only 2 cup holders in the whole car. Let's give it a start actually. Let's have a go. Here we go. There we go. Started as normal. The next service will be due in about 15 weeks. So it's got about, yeah, I already said that, it's got 138,000, which is hard to find these days. Hardly any Volvos, 940s and earlier were sold in Australia. Mostly the 940s weren't sold in Australia, but hard to see them here. So let's have a look at the engine bay now. That's the interior. Very nice interior, as I said. Well, I hope it is to use. Nice roof. Everything, all the normal crap you probably know about. So, that's the bonnet. Wait, I forgot to show you the underneath the hood. Here we go. ABS, quite old. Here's the distributor. As you see this cable from the over here, it's a bit cracked. There's one cable for the distributor, which is upside down, so when water comes through the seal, the car won't start, which is a pain in the ass. So I've got a new Bad design actually. They're putting it right behind there. You can't get to. So that's the engine bay with the red brick. Same one in the 740. And some 240s. Or most 240s, I hope. We've got alloy rims. I already mentioned that. And yeah, that's about it for the car. Well, not that car, this car. That's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good night. See ya.